In this first video, you see me teaching my class. We're beginning to review for a test we're going to have in a couple days. I'm handing out some review packets before the video starts, and then I start going over a couple of topics. So, here it is.
Circumference so that you know how to get pi, or you know where pi came from, right? So if you were to take this diameter and you were to stretch it out along the circle, whoops, it's about right there, and then stretch it out again. You don't remember us doing this with the yarn?
Yep.
About right there. I am so bad at drawing. Okay, so you can see that if you were to stretch it out and lay it along the circumference of the circle, it would go around 1, 2, 3.14 times, okay? 3.14 times. That's what that question is asking for you to find. So on your test, you might see a question that gave you like 4 circles on it, okay? And those 4 circles might have a series of dots on it like this, and you would have to determine which circle showed the correct model for finding pi, okay? Does this make sense?
So we have to measure, sir?
Yes, you can measure with that one if you want to. So you can grab a rubber band out of my bag. I have my bag over here, and you can just cut the rubber band so it's like a string, and then you can stretch it out and figure out how many times it goes around. Which you already know how many times it goes around. It's mainly just a model, okay?
Oh, so we just put 3.14.
No, you would model using how many, you would set like dots on here, and you would show how many times it would go around, okay? The only other thing I wanted to talk about real quick was there's, I believe it's actually the very first question on your review. If you want to turn to that real quick.
The first question?
The very first question on your review, yes.
I already forgot how to do this.
You already forgot how to do this.
Cheyenne.
I highly doubt that.
I found the area of the whole thing.
Okay.
I
So
did too.
this question is dealing with a composite figure, right? Let's go ahead and read what the question says. Zach wanted to lay new carpet in the entrance and hallway of his new house, as shown below. So we can see that there's a composite figure here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then the second part of the question says, the carpet is sold for $5 a square foot. How much will Zach pay for the carpet in the entrance and the hallway of his house? Okay, so that means that we need to, first of all, we need to find the area of that composite figure, right?
So
And then we need to multiply that by the cost of each square foot. So if it's $5 per square foot, we could find the area and then multiply that by 5. Alright, now if that's like why in the world would we multiply, I've got a good demonstration for that. So this is Mr. Miller's house, and he's gonna have a really tiny house. Alright? Mr. Miller's tiny little house only gives him 3 yards to live in long, and I'm sorry, wide, and then it'll only give him about, let's say, 8 yards to live in long. Okay? So yeah, it's a tiny house, don't judge. Okay? Let's go ahead and cut this up so that we've got 8 yards long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we've got 3 yards wide. Alright? In the world of math, and I guess everything that we know to be true, the area of a figure is the measurement of square units within a figure, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so if we're saying that each square costs me $5, right? I can put a 5 in each of these squares to represent the fact that each of them costs me $5. That would take a long time to add up, right? So we've obviously figured out that we could multiply the length times the width to know the amount of squares in the house, right?
Yeah.
8 times 3 is?
24.
Very good. So we know the area of the house is going to be 24 yards squared, right? But to know the cost, we would multiply that cost by how much each square unit costs. Okay, so multiplied by 5. What's 24 times 5? $120. Very good. Okay, so Haley, you're confused there. There's a question you have?
No, I was just going to do that.
Oh, you're going to do the math. I'm sorry. Okay, so this makes sense though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, in relation to this harder problem, which is the composite figure, you're still finding the area, and then you're going to be multiplying it by the cost. So it's the same idea. It's a little bit hard because it's a little bit more, you have to figure out a little bit more of the composite figure, but it's going to be the same principle. You're going to find the area, then you multiply by the cost.
In this next video, I have a student working with me on the board. I gave out the review packet a few days before, and I've asked a few students to come up to the board and work through the problems that they solved. And we work through the problems that they had, and they show off to the class what they know. So it's a fun way for them to get to work out the problems, and for those that want the attention, they can have that extra attention. So here goes.
Be solving the problem on the board, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so if you need me to, I'll zoom in so people can see it a little bit better. But just walk us through how you solved the problem, and we'll see if you got the answer right, okay?
Actually, there's like a lot of work.
Okay, well, let's break it out into sections like we said before. So, like, if you need to show what you did for one section, show it up here, and then for the next section, maybe do it here. Okay? Do you need me to zoom in so people can see the problem better?
Sure.
Yeah.
Actually, I worked out on decimals because I don't like fractions.
That's fine. As long as you converted it.
What I did, the fractions are really easy to convert. It's 3/4 is 0.75, and then 1/2 is 0.5.
Yeah, they're pretty easy fractions to work with.
Okay. So, this is a rectangle, and normally how to find the area of a rectangle, you do length times width,
Right.
which is this. So you would do that. So you would do 10.75 times 3 feet.
Perfect.
That is 32.25.
Okay, we're having a hard time seeing with that marker, so let's use a different colored marker. Yeah. Where's my blue marker? Is it not up there?
No,
Okay, let's just use the maroon one. Maroon one.
So, you would do 10.75 times 3, and that I got 32.25.
32.25 is correct. Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
so
And so go ahead and put that up. Yeah. Perfect.
and then you would do, this is like the same, and it looks kind of weird, but I promise it's a rectangle. So you would do length times width, but this is
That length right there, the 12.5, that measurement
is for the whole thing.
is for the whole length. Okay.
Since I broke it up right here, you would have to find, you would have to
Cheyenne.
break it up. Which wouldn't you do like 12.5 minus 3 feet?
Perfect. Yeah.
Because it does, the 3 feet line connects right here, so you would do 12.5 minus 3 feet.
Okay.
Would equal.
Whoa. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, Yamlet.
Oh, and the number.
Is that 3 a whole number?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you would 3.0?
Yep.
So, what were you at? 5?
Okay.
5.3. That'd be 12. And that'd be 0. And then that'd be 9.
Perfect.
9.5.
Okay.
Wait. Oh wait, no. New length would be 9.5.
Now make sure that you're saying that that's for that shorter segment, right? For that shorter segment.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So now what do you do?
And then you just times that together.
Okay. Multiply 9.5 by 4. Okay.
9.5 times 4. And I got 38.0.
Okay. Very good. All right. So now that you have the two areas of the two different portions of the composite figure, what do you need to do?
I would have to add together.
Okay. Cool.
And then 32.25 plus 38.
Okay. Cool.
So you would add that. And it'd be 9, 10, 9, 11.
Oh, hold on a second. Check how you added that again. So you everything looks good. So you did 2
Oh,
plus
wait,
8.
wait.
Okay.
That's 6.
You
6
multiply
plus
it.
that one. Don't forget about that 1 on top.
That's 6 and 7.
Yeah, you multiplied it. It's okay. Okay, so you got 70.25 is the area of the composite figure.
And
Is
then,
that
and then
need to clear out some of that other stuff, you can clear out some of the other stuff so you have space.
There we go. I did that, and I got
351.25. 351.25. That is the correct answer. So if that's the answer you got, that would be the correct answer, okay? Alright. Does everybody see how that worked? So there's a couple steps to solving this problem, right?
Yeah.
First off, you needed to break it up into two different figures that you could solve for the area of, right?
Yeah.
You can erase that, yes. And so you should have been able to solve for the area of a rectangle here and here. Now you may have cut it differently than she did, that's fine. However, the area that you should have gotten for the entire composite figure was 70.25.
How would you cut the other one?
You could have cut it this way, or you could have cut it this way, one or the other, right?
Or you could have cut it like that.
Or you could have even cut it even deeper, but you'd have to do more work, right?
Wait, how could you?
So you cut it this direction, right? What if you cut it this direction instead? Okay, so both ways would have worked. You had enough information to solve both ways. Once you have the area of the composite figure, then you had to solve for the cost of putting that carpet in. So you multiplied the area of the figure by the cost per square foot, which was $5. Cool? You understand? Okay, does anybody want to solve the next problem?
In this next section, I have a video of us playing Math Jeopardy. So part of the review for this math test included a Math Jeopardy game where they were solving for the area of circles or composite figures. And so you see a scene where one of the teams picks the category that they're going to solve a problem for, and the whole class gets a chance to solve the problem. But that one team gets a set amount of time where they can answer the question without being uninterrupted. And after that timer goes off, any team can answer the question. So that's why you kind of see a little bit of silence while kids are solving problems. All right, what do you pick?
Oh, it's our turn. Okay.
Yep, it's your turn.
Word problems 50 or 500.
Word problems for 500? All right. Word problems for 500 starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Also, please round your answer to the nearest whole number. Round your answer to the nearest whole number.
How do you do this one?
Well, it's kind of like going backwards.
Yeah.
Think about it like that. So if you have the circumference and you need the diameter,
Would you divide this?
that's right. By what?
Pi?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh. What do you?
You're wasting time.
Is it 3.14 divided by 60 or 60 divided by 3.14?
What do you think?
That's the one I tell you can't tell me about 3.14.
Hey, you can't tell Pam.
Oh, you got, yeah, you don't tell me.
He should know this. 'Cause he does all this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, Davis. Please get to work.
Mr. Man, I don't know how to do that.
You don't know how to take the circumference and then go find the diameter from that?
I divided it the wrong way then.
Time is up. Micah.
18.
18 is wrong.
Okay.
Hunter.
17.
17 is wrong. Michael.
Oh,
16 is wrong.
Why would you say that, guys?
I don't know what you're divided. Holy crap.
20. Hold on, I got this.
Time. Your hand must be in the air. Stevie.
19.
no. Did you say butter?
40.
I said Stevie. I couldn't hear what Stevie said. What?
94.
No.
No.
Okay.
42.
Dylan?
64.
Nope.
Is it 19? It's close to that, I know it.
Chris Ann.
Okay, yes.
Is it 19?
It is 19.
Yeah.
Wait, they got 3
Okay,
chances.
so I got it.
They got 3 chances.
I didn't go ahead and go. I don't know how you're supposed to divide.
Hunter?
60 by 3.
Hunter? Hunter, did you have 19?
Yeah.
You had 19?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Mac, can you answer me one question though? Were you supposed to